My friends, the extraterrestrials, would like to speak. They're somewhat uncomfortable because they speak to me via telepathy and they don't want anyone to know where their ship is, but it is somewhere, and that is why they don't want to get into too much detail about themselves, but they like to talk about their view of what they see on planet Earth and the way it's run. And the biggest issue that they see is that on planet Earth, we are bound by history. They say that people who came before us in previous generations made a lot of rules and organized things the way they wanted them done. And quite often, the people who did the organizing were the elite people, the aristocrats and the kings of the previous eras. And these systems have been passed down to us. Everything has been passed down to us, and it's a mess. We all know that the way that things are run today is often called deep state, which means it's secretly run by the large corporations, the corporate states of planet Earth. And the let's call them extraterrestrials that I talk to, say this does not do justice to the people of Earth at all. It is simply corporate profits over people. And they say, as everyone knows, corporations don't have souls. And yet their priorities are always taken before the priorities of the people and the other beings that are on the planet, the ones who are spirit or soul. So this group of extraterrestrials tells us that, well, they do really want to come here and reorganize. They're a small group, but they're going to say that the way that we have set things up, our election systems that were designed quite often hundreds of years ago, are outdated and ineffective. And they say what we really need is a complete reorganization and resetting up of everything on planet Earth. And to do that, they see that our biggest problems are even smart people on the planet that think about these problems can't get their message across to others because social media is very difficult to get around the algorithms that put things in people's faces. So, the mainstream media often has talking heads that are completely bought and paid for and not really looking towards what's best for the people. It's always whatever their agendas are. So they say what we really need to do is never get involved with politics whatsoever, never see how we're going to let go of all the corporations and just say corporate structures are now dissolved and all corporate assets becoming property of a trustee, and the trustee will be mm, possibly some grandmothers um, uh, selected from various places around the planet. Because grandmothers are generally a lot more interested in the well being of their children and the grandchildren and the great grandchildren than corporate bigwigs. Um, in essence, they're saying it's going to need a lot of love and it's going to need a lot of wisdom. And they say grandmothers are pretty much the best people on the planet for doing this type of work. Um, that's all they want to say. And they say it's very difficult because they know that, you know, very few people see our videos. They call it our videos because they're helping me with this video. And they shake their head and say, it's a hell of a thing, planet Earth. I'm Jacob McCarly, and I'm working together with a lot of other Jacobs.